Plaqueboymax has a huge problem with Twitch. I wonder what happened now.
Well, what's popping, y'all? It looks like Plaqueboymax is a little bit.
What you mean, wow?
With how Twitch is running their platform, and he decided to call them out on it.
Be your own people, shit. You want to talk?
Has been a point of contention. I won't say issue because I don't necessarily think it's a full-on issue, but it's been a point of contention with many people in different eras of streaming for at least the better part of 7 or 8 years. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip from Max first, and then we're gonna get into the topic, which I feel is very interesting today.
There's no reason why to search and find new streamers. You can't. You have to go on other platforms. Twitch, you should be able to do that on Twitch.
See, now he's sticking up for niggas like me. Niggas like me that's at the bottom of the list. Like my nigga, if you scroll through your Twitch right now. Hold on, I could pull it up right now. Look. Oh shit, shout out Joe Bart. But look, where do you see any people that have under at least a couple hundred or maybe 50 viewers? It's very rare, right? Like me, I probably got like 5, maybe 3 right now, right? But it took me all of that to come down here to finally see it, right? To see the 2 people. Nobody's scrolling that far. The max people will probably do, because people be so damn lazy, they'll hit one of these numbers. You know what I'm saying? Or 9 times out of 10, people who come on Twitch, they already know who they're coming to watch. You know? So it's like, you can't even fight that. You know what I'm saying? So, and 9 times out of 10, the reason why they already know who they want to watch is because they done seen some clips from other platforms. Because it don't matter how many clips you post on here, it's not gonna go nowhere. You're gonna have to post them to other platforms.
Do you know how many people know about streamers but don't know what Twitch is? Majority of people that know. Your average normie doesn't know what Twitch is, bro. I promise you, gang. They don't know what Twitch is. And it's like, damn, but they probably know who Kai is, though. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They know who Plaqueboymax is. They know who Speed is. They know who Faze is. They know AMP. They don't know Twitch, though. Facts. Just keeping it up. It's true. And, yeah, bro. So, hopefully, they implement that. But if not, I'll do it for them. And don't let me get overly rich. As soon as I touch 100 M's, I'm starting my own platform, Twitch. That I'm telling y'all right now. Sorry. I love y'all.
Shit.
I'll take a contract. That I will. Give me some hush. Y'all shut up just like, who's a nigga who shut up?
So here, one thing that I feel like is not contradiction, but if he says the average normie, which is like normal person walking around, like if you just ask someone on the street, oh, who's Kai Cenat, they may know, right? And then if you say like, do you know what Twitch is? They may say, what the hell is that? However, if you ask them what YouTube is, they would know. Everybody knows what YouTube is. Or TikTok even. Everybody knows what TikTok is. And even if you just look at a website, like let's just look at the website rankings in terms of how popular the website is or how many visitors. So for Twitch, it's ranked at number 30 as of the past month, and globally. I believe it's globally, which is quite high. However, when you compare it to TikTok, which is number 15, and then you compare it to YouTube, which is number 2.
Google is expected to be number 1. That's not even a question. But my nigga, TikTok at number 15? Damn. I didn't even think that they would be that high. I knew they would probably be like in the top 50, but I didn't think they would be number 15. That's insane.
Is number 15, and then you compare it to YouTube, which is number 2. Google is number 1, YouTube is number 2. There was a point where TikTok was actually at, I believe, number 1, and it had passed Google.
Nigga, what the fuck? TikTok being at number 1. That's insanity.
for people that like just looking up stuff on it. So that just goes to show Twitch is not that far behind, and Twitch has consistently been going up as of late. Now, the interesting thing about it is that the social media traffic to Twitch, 62% of it comes from YouTube, and then 18% comes from X, Twitter, and then everything else is quite negligible. I do think TikTok has a big impact in the brand awareness of Twitch, so a bunch of people may see the Twitch logo and they'll see the streamer on TikTok, but I don't know if they're converting directly from TikTok, although they may download Twitch afterwards and then hop on there. But if we're talking about direct conversions, X and YouTube is where most of that is happening, because YouTube allows you to have links. X allows you to have links too, but I think a lot of
TikTok, they do not allow you to have no links other than in your bio. If it is not in your bio, you are not putting it on there. YouTube, you could have a link in the description. What's it called? Instagram, you could have a link. Twitter, you could definitely have a link, but TikTok, man, they want to keep you on that app. You're not leaving that app. They want you to stay on there.
Streamers are just posting their stuff on X or when they're going live, maybe, and that's what causes the people to go to the site. So the thing that Max is talking about is if the problem is that a lot of people don't understand or know what Twitch is, then why would having a discoverability in Twitch make that problem solve that problem? Because if they don't know about Twitch, they're not going to be on Twitch to watch clips to discover somebody. I do think the clipping system is great. Twitch has their own clipping system, by the way, which, funny enough, they've had it for forever, and people can post clips within Twitch and link it in different places, although it's not the same. People usually just post, they'll clip a particular Twitch streamer and post it in their chat to show them. It's disrespectful. It's not proper etiquette to post another streamer's Twitch clip in another streamer's chat. It's just,
bro, if you don't shut up,
somebody else, you're the stream, and it usually only happens if that person's talking about the other streamer and they know each other and they're within the same community. I think the expectation that Twitch, now the discoverability on Twitch is difficult. They've tried to do better things. For example, they have recommended categories now. They have recommended channels.
Or what?
They're kind of trying to do a For You thing. If you open
you talk
Twitch
all that game for
on
nothing.
your mobile phone, you can kind of scroll through it like a feed and you see different streams, which is not the best thing because you're almost never going to run into a stream.
Better stop before I give one of them a mod just to ban you.
Going to capture your attention as a whole in the first couple of seconds, like a TikTok or an IG reel is engineered to do. So that scrolling function is not the greatest. However, I do think maybe a clipping, and I'm opening up Twitch on my phone right now as we speak. I think maybe like a clip tab within the Twitch application that has the same function as the home page where you can just scroll through would be great, but they already have that. Like when I go to on the Twitch on mobile, there's a following on the top left, there's live, and there's clips. If I go to clips, I can just scroll.
And you text too much.
And it shows me clips of people, most of which I'm seeing is people that I follow. Well, actually, I don't follow Plaqueboymax on this account, I don't think, on my Hello Yassine account. So yeah, I can just scroll through clips right here and watch them on Twitch. So the function that he's talking about exists. However, like I said, I think Clippers are doing a huge favor for themselves and for Twitch because you're essentially advertising.
No, I don't want to hear.
Paying to advertise to bring viewers to a platform that you are streaming on. So you're growing the platform. The platform's not paying you to grow them. They are paying you in proportion, maybe not portion, but they are paying you in the end because if you bring a lot of people to their platform, they do have the ads and a lot of money-making opportunity. Like Twitch, if you have even like 300 plus concurrent viewers on Twitch that are real and actually mess with you, you can make a good income. Enough to where you would only have to be concerned about streaming. So I don't know what Plaqueboymax is talking about like there.
What did I just join? What's the beef about? It's basically about Plaqueboymax has a problem with Twitch and the way their system works. Because basically on Twitch, whenever you stream on Twitch, if you're not a big streamer, you're not really getting any exposure at all. Like whenever you get on Twitch, like say, like you scrolling through TikTok, right? As you scrolling through TikTok, you'll randomly see people live and all that shit all the time, right? Sometimes you might run into somebody that has 10,000 people in there. Sometimes you might run into somebody that has 100,000 people. Sometimes you might run into somebody that only has like 5 people in there. But either way, you're constantly seeing people and all that, and you're constantly seeing like an equal opportunity amount of streamers. On Twitch, you don't really get the same deal. Like, say you like playing Fortnite. You always stream Fortnite, right? You will only see the top people that have a couple thousand, a couple hundred viewers, or maybe like 50 to 100 viewers type shit, right? But the people that are streaming to 1 and 2 viewers, you will never see them until you scroll all the way to the very bottom of the thing, no matter if you filter it out or not. Like, there's so many people that have no type of exposure at all, and they're trying their hardest, but it's like Twitch doesn't really care. You have to branch out to other platforms in order to get them to come from that platform over here to watch you, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, things of that nature. Some people even use Snapchat, crazy enough, which Snapchat is the worst one to go to. I'm not gonna lie. If you don't got somewhat of a name going for you, might as well just go ahead and turn that shit back off until you gain the platform, because that shit is ass. The payment is good, but that shit is ass. I can't lie. But basically, the discoverability on Twitch is trash, is what he's saying. But let's get back to it.
I do feel like some streamers are like, damn, I'm putting in all this work clipping to get people to come to a platform, and it's their first time on this platform. Like, think about how many signups a Kai Cenat has generated for Twitch, or how many first-time signups a Plaqueboymax has generated for Twitch. Like, this is probably in the, who knows, maybe 100,000 plus, and that is a lot of value for a company like Twitch. Like, they're being built with these, they have like these guys wearing their jerseys, building up their platform. But also, I think the mainstream expectation of Twitch, which Twitch is the premier live streaming platform, I just don't think live streams are consumed in the same way that like a video on demand is consumed, or a streaming service is consumed. I think that's really what holds, not what holds it back, but maybe what prevents it from being so mainstream, because people have a lot of obligations. So if they're like, well, I don't know when this person goes live,
shit.
I don't know how long they're going to be live for, and I don't know what they're going to do when they're live, that stops people from watching somebody. But for example, like these events, I think these events work great for them, because they say, okay, there's going to be a 3-day event, and this is what it's going to be about, and it's going to start at this time on live, and it's going to end on this time, or it's going to last for this long. And that's something that people can tune into. The reason why, like for example, let's just say TV or YouTube, for example, video on demand. They're like, okay, that's what the title and thumbnail of this video says. I know the duration of the video. I click on the video, and then if I feel like I've been misled or whatever the case may be, I click off and I watch something else, or I watch it and then I'm done. Or a TV show, for instance, they know what they're going to get. There's predictability.
Yeah, that's the one thing that gets me about Twitch. That's why I haven't fully understood it yet. But the one thing that I do know, whenever it comes down to Twitch as a platform, it doesn't just give you viewers and junk like that. You have to not only earn it, which is not a bad thing, but whenever people come on Twitch, you already know who you're coming to watch, regardless of the matter. Whether it be AMP, whether it be Duke, whether it be Phantom, whether it be Agent, or some gamer in particular, or maybe Queso, or maybe Berleezy, you know what I'm saying? You already know who you're coming to watch. And 9 times out of 10, it's from those other platforms. Because why would you just tune into a random streamer that you don't know? You don't know how they are, you don't know what type of humor they have, you don't know nothing about them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that's kind of how it works. Like, even whenever you on Instagram, you on YouTube or whatever, nobody's just gonna randomly click on your shit. Like, it's gonna have to be through your page for it to, like, for them to even consider thinking about, like, say, even whenever y'all seen my shit, like, on my YouTube, niggas wasn't fucking with me at first. And then people started to, slightly pick up on it. Like, even with my other channels, like, my other channels are starting to somewhat go up, but it's gradually. Because whenever people see your face so often throughout their feed, eventually they're going to click on it, or eventually they're going to stop and watch the video. And then sometimes if it's funny to, like, maybe 10 people, then they're going to push it out to maybe 25 people, and they keep on going from there as long as people are watching. You know what I'm saying? Follow the gaming channel. Hey, I appreciate that. I really mean that shit. I really appreciate that. But yeah, it's like, even with my gaming channel, shoot, whenever I made the first channel and then I made this channel, I was like, shoot, I already got one channel that's already got over 100K. Maybe I can make a second channel and I can get like 10K in a week type shit. And I forgot that it doesn't work like that. You have to keep on posting and posting and posting, and I was being inconsistent on there. But now that I'm being a little bit more consistent than what I was, it's actually starting to pay off. But it's because of, if people see your face more and more on their screen, on their, whether it be short form content, long form content, they're eventually going to check you out and see, is it worth watching? Is it not? Is it funny? Some people are going to find it funny. Some people are not. You know what I'm saying? It's different deals. You know what I'm saying?
There's a time of week when it drops, or it all just drops at once. For example, like for Love Island has been a popular one with people. You know when it's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. And it's predictable. Twitch is a little bit unpredictable. And then I would say my last point is that Twitch grew initially as a community-based and community-focused gaming platform. Like the whole, and I don't remember who talked about this specifically, but they were saying like, yo, desktops versus IRLs, and people are saying like, yo, you're doing a desktop stream, when a desktop stream is just the normal stream. Like a live stream, it was a desktop stream, and IRL stream was the new thing that wasn't common. So it was built on gaming and communities around these games, so it was designed to be small. Like streamers within a game, for the most part, they kind of all knew each other. Now I would say that it's not all the way like that, but they, for the most part, like for example, like you talk about, oh, the 2K community, like they all knew each other. Everybody knew who streamed.
The fact that probably all the biggest streamers that you know right now, or most of them, or bigger YouTubers, they came up off of 2K and eventually branched out, is insane. Like a lot of them, I would have never thought them to play 2K at all. Like I thought that they was just straight up past that. But shoot, who knows? Maybe I'll get on that 2K wave, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll play it a little bit, but nah. I might play 2K this year. It just depends on how it's looking. I'm not gonna lie.
The community around Twitch was not so competitive. It was more like camaraderie, although there always was a tinge of people kind of like trying to use others. But it was like, hey, I'm done streaming, so let me host this person, which is actually a function that doesn't exist anywhere else. I don't know if YouTube definitely doesn't have it. Like someone's live streaming and then they send all of the viewers that are watching them to somebody else. That's what a host, or I think it's called a raid now. So I think Twitch is doing a great job, but I do think you guys as streamers
stop spamming, or I'm sending you to the trench closet.
Twitch by how big you guys get, and keep advertising your main platform as Twitch. Now, maybe there's a frustration where you guys are like, damn, we're growing this platform and we don't have any stake in it, but hey, listen, I think unless they collectively all come together and like demand, I don't know, like a percentage of Twitch or something, I think it's too far gone, dog. Like that's just the way I look at it. And I think Twitch, I don't know if live stream will ever be a mainstream form of consumption if it's not events based or sports based, just from the nature of people's schedules and from how sporadic certain streamers' schedules are, where they're just like, I'll just go live whenever. And so yeah, if it's a kid that's watching, that's cool, or maybe a college student that has a little bit more time on their hands. But for people with obligations, the lack of predictability is never going to be something that they commit to. And right now, it seems like for a bit of an older audience that didn't grow up or wasn't introduced to live streaming when maybe they were preteens or young teens, they look at it like, yo, this guy's making great content, but I would never watch a stream. Like, that could never be me, which I don't get that line of thinking, frankly. But a lot.
Yeah, I never understand those people. They be like, oh, as a grown ass man, by the way, watching Kai in 2025. Nigga, what? Niggas can't just watch the stream? Like, what's so bad about how somebody else does with their time and all that? You know what I'm saying? I never get that. That, and also other people be like, oh, if you watch a Kai Cenat stream, bro, or if you watch Corey Kenshin, or if you watch Dashi, you literally are just a little kid, or you're a man with no life. Nigga, you sit up and watch Grey's Anatomy all day. I don't want to hear none of that shit. If you watch Grey's Anatomy, if you watch them older TV shows, like, just because I'm grown, that doesn't mean I can't watch certain shit. Nigga, I watch what the fuck I want to watch in my spare time. And it has nothing to do with you. Like, what do you mean just because I watch this, that means I'm childish? Like, I don't clown you about watching your boring ass TV shows and all that. Like, motherfuckers that say all that should be watching Love Island. Or they be watching Baddies and shit. Just bitches on there fighting and shit. And people over there complaining and whining. They fighting 24/7. They having all this drama. Like, come on, gang.
A lot of people hold this. I remember seeing a tweet that had a lot of engagement that had shared that sentiment. Man, I don't think Twitch could do some things to make streamers more discoverable in their own platform, and I think they're trying to do that, but the solutions that have been offered are kind of difficult. The funny thing is, the best solution for a streamer to be discovered on Twitch is to get big via clips or outside of Twitch to build at least a base. But let me know.
Sadly, that is true. Really, it's the only reason I even got what I got now. Partly. But one day we'll make it there. But that's a W video by Hello Yassine Extras. I'm gonna leave this video in the description. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what y'all think. And stop by the streams and make sure to join this.